Hello, Hofstra fans. Welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Gio Anatelli alongside coach of the Hofstra Prime Men's Lacrosse Team, Seth Tierney. Coach, how are you today?
Doing well, Gio. Thanks for having me.
Now, after struggling 2 weeks ago, you guys dropped 2 games against Stony Brook and Providence. Last week, you had some success against Vermont with an overtime victory on Tuesday. Then you go to St. John's on Saturday and get a big victory. What was the big turnaround?
Yeah, I mean, again, we were upset, certainly about the games versus Stony Brook and Providence. It made us angry that we didn't play the way we wanted to play, the way we had hoped to play, and the way that we prepared to play. So with that, we had to look at some things, tighten up the belt a little bit, and get back to doing things that we hope to do. So with that, we bounced back a little bit against a very good Vermont team. Got out to a good start. Got a little scared at the end there, and they're very talented offensively, but like the resiliency of a lot of our guys, and then that led into a little bit of St. John's later on in the game.
One big thing in the pair of wins was the man up and man down units. The D held opponents to 3 of 10 tries, while the offense converted on 4 or 5 opportunities. How big is the special teams units in those victories?
Yeah, I mean, they're huge. Certainly man down, we can use that. There was a man down situation in St. John's coming out of halftime. We were 2 men down for 30 seconds, and we got a huge stop. That's just as good as 2 goals offensively, and we're thrilled that those guys stood strong. Offensively on the EMO, I think our guys relaxed a little bit. We simplified some things, and we've had some success. We've been a little bit more pickier on on what shots to take, and guys have been very unselfish, and I think that's been a little bit of the change.
And against Vermont, the big thing was you were really able to dominate the ground ball battle for the first time since NJIT. What do winning the ground balls mean to winning the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a stat that we really like at Hofstra. It's really one that we buy into, and every time you pick up a ground ball, you've just gotten another opportunity offensively, and you've taken away an opportunity for them offensively. So it's a huge two-way stat that we need to continue to dominate, and it's a little bit of an extension of the face-off, but certainly in the other areas between the lines, we've got to make sure that we're all over the ground balls.
And early in the second quarter of the Vermont game, the team led 7-2. What happened to allow Vermont to mount the comeback?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a combination of we relaxed and they got upset, and they got a little bit more focused, and a few things went their way, and then all of a sudden they got some momentum, and they certainly did. And we got knocked back on our heels a little bit. There's flows of momentum during any course of any game, and we went down 1 late in the game, played a little offense, called a timeout. Josh and Sam hooked up for a goal to put us in overtime, and then Brian Von Morgan, who's been shooting the ball really well this year, stuck one in overtime for us to get away with the win.
And something that's great that's happened the past 2 games was the fans saw the reemergence of Sam Linares and Josh Byrne. How vital are they to the team's success?
Yeah, I mean, certainly Sam is Hofstra lacrosse right now. He's just the way it is. He's given everything. He's played hurt, injured, setbacks, and he just keeps producing. So I'm thrilled for him. Thought he played well in the St. John's game. Going to need that type of effort going forward in the CAA. Josh, again, he got some points and really did a good job finishing and not trying to push the button and force things. He did a really good job adjusting in the St. John's game. And certainly Von Borgen and Hendrickson and those guys are really stepping up.
And the takeaway from Tuesday night was the face-off battle, and with Chris Clark being out at St. John's, the team struggled again at the face-off X. What does that mean to the team winning at the face-off X?
Yeah, it means everything. We got to get back to our winning ways, and we're thankful Michael Diener really stepped up and gave a great effort at the face-off X at St. John's. Chris has been a little banged up and needed a day, so hopefully we'll get him back this week. We'll know later on in the week. But Chris Clark, we need a healthy Chris Clark because he's just as important as everybody else on this team.
Brian Van Bargen is the most consistent player on this team, scoring at least 2 or more goals in every single game this season except for at North Carolina. Arguably, he's having one of the best years of his career. What has his leadership meant to the team's success?
Yeah, Brian is again, he's a senior, so he's seeing the end line a little bit, and he wants to just squeeze every ounce of his athletic career here, at Hofstra out, and I can't be more happy for him. He's been great. He's bought in. He's been an extension of us, and he's followed the plan, and with that, he's had some success.
And same thing for Corey Hendrickson, as he scored a goal in every single game this season, except for at North Carolina as well. With the addition of Brendan Cavanaugh and Dylan Alderman is now finally back, overall, how does the success of the midfield unit affect everyone else?
Yeah, those four guys, we have two midfields, but when you can play those four guys throughout the course of a game, that would make us better. And to have Dylan Alderman back, that certainly helps. And Trevor Kopecky scoring a couple goals and getting some points and playing a little bit more confidence the last two games, that certainly helps as we head into this, CAA season.
And Jack and Cannon bounced back, posting double-digit saves in back-to-back games. Throughout the whole season, he's really been on top of his game. Did you expect Kincannon to just have such a prominent role heading into the season?
Yeah, Jack's played well. I mean, there's no question about it. Earlier in the season, he was locked in, and then now, it took a few minutes. A couple tough breaks in St. John's early, and then he kind of settled in, saw the ball really well, made some good saves. Certainly proud of him. We need him to be able to keep that ball out of the goal.
And non-conference schedule is over, which means a week's rest in between games instead of having 2 games in 1 week.
Right.
How did the extra days of rest help the team?
Yeah, I mean, again, we got to use our time wisely. It's spring break this week, so we've got some extra time to heal our bodies, our minds, mentally a little bit, and then we'll start to take preparation for Fairfield. And a lot of it's going to have to be about Hofstra, but we'll learn about Fairfield. They're one heck of a team. Andy does a great job up there, and we just need to make sure that we pay attention to detail and that we are locked in here at Stewart Stadium on Saturday night.
Season was cut short last year at Fairfield. Now you guys play them first game of the CAA slate. What's the game plan heading into it?
Yeah, I mean, still a little early in the week. They played some zone, so we'll be prepared for that. We know they played some zone against us in that 5-4 loss last year. So we're going to watch some film of their last couple of games, see what they're doing well. They've got a couple of very good players, TJ Neubauer, Colin Burke, a couple of those guys that are really throwing the ball in the goal for them. Got a great face-off guy, got a good goalie, and certainly they're going to be very well prepared defensively. So again, it'll be a great battle here at Stewart Stadium at 7 o'clock, and it'll kick off our CAA season.
Head coach of the Hofstra Pride men's lacrosse team, Seth Tierney. Coach, thanks for the time and best of luck this week.
Thanks for having me.
This has been the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com.